Greetings and welcome to the RC Wall Vacuum channel. Today's video I'm going to pick up where I left off with the Kraken and the new combo box down there. And we'll finish putting this thing together, do a little wiring things on it, and then I'll load it up and take it up on either the hill climb or the track site. Depends on the conditions. The box is sitting in here. I don't have it bolted down yet, but nice thing is I do have access even with a roll cage on there. So that's a good thing. So let's get to the last stages of this thing. So for the power switch here, I'm using this little flush mount push button, latching push button, and it's got its own blue LED in there for illumination. The contact's only rated for 3 amps, but that should be sufficient for this application. The LED they got in there, they have a built-in current limiting resistor. Based on the fact that it's a blue LED, I'm guessing, and I was seeing 9 milliamps going this, I'm guessing somewhere around 200 ohms. Now I'm going to be running a 2S battery in this, and it's going to go up to 8.4 thereabouts fully charged, so I got to be able to protect the LED. So I'm going to be, and the fact that LEDs are a non-linear current operated device, the ratios of resistor changes it's definitely not a linear setup. So I got to jump, I'm going to go up to 360 ohms in series with presumably 200 ohms in there now to keep the current down to a safe level at that 8.4. And even down, well, even you got it down to 5 volts, it's still illuminate, but you get to 5 volts with 2S, you got a problem. So what I'm going to end up doing, the other thing too is this is just a single pole dual throw, and these stock switches, they switch to both the high and the low side DC, which won't be a problem here other than if I'm only bringing the one wire through here. It just makes for a messy wire harness. But the fact that I got to bring the low side of the DC in for the LED, that'll give me a junction point so I can still have 2 wires in, 2 wires out. Nice, neat setup. So let me get the wiring this in. I'm going to cut the wires off this stock switch that was in the Kraken, and which never works anyhow. And I'll use those wires to tie everything together. So I got the resistor and the wires tied up in there now. You can see it makes for a pretty neat wiring harness. A couple things I forgot to mention is it's a 16 millimeter barrel switch, and I get it from a company called Adafruit, which is a very unfortunate name, but they do have a lot of cool stuff. I get a lot of embedded processors and sensors out of there. They have a lot of stuff. If anyone's interested in a link to the company, just leave me a comment. I'll put something up. Part number I think is a 915, but I would hold off and see how, if you want to try one of these, and see how it works for me with a 3 amp contact. And by the way, this is just going to be for a gas powered vehicle that the switch only has to handle the throttle and steering servos. Definitely is not going to be for an electric vehicle with a brushless motor in there. That thing would smoke pretty quickly. So anyhow, I did spend a little time polishing it up. I didn't want to spend a lot of time because I can't justify the time to spend a lot of doing a lot of polishing. But and something like this is going to get chipped up and scratched in no time at all. I just really did the top and the one side here. And that's the only thing that's really exposed in the vehicle. Everything else is kind of tucked out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this together and give it a quick bench test, and then put it in the vehicle. See how it looks in the vehicle. So it's finally assembled, at least on the bench anyhow. Let's see if we got glowing going on there. At least know that's wired in. So inside, looks like I do have room for 2 batteries. Got the one in right in there now. And I should be able to sneak the other one in there. Oh yeah, sticks in there nice. And then that way I don't have to put any foam in there. I got the second battery holds the first one in place. Good. I got a little reservoir down in this corner here for all the wires. And as you may or may not be able to see, there's the barriers there that definitely will block the battery from hitting the switch. So let me take it over and put it in the Vekta and mount it down and see how it fits in there. So I got it installed on the vehicle, and all 4 screws lined up surprisingly. I didn't drill any new screw holes. I used existing holes that were already there. 2 were for the box. I don't even know what the other 2 were for. 2 were for the existing stock box in the front. The 2 in the back, I don't even know what those were even for. I don't remember offhand. But as you can see, If I can get the focus down in there, there's the radio. I got it set 90 degrees compared to what I originally planned on it, but we'll stick with this for now. As you can see, I also have enough room to take the lunch with me to the track. So the radio is stuck down with some carpet tape, just kind of keep it from bouncing around. I'm going to fill up the rest of that cavity with some pipe insulation, some foam pipe insulation, keep it from bouncing around. And over here, I'm more likely only just going to run one battery at a time, but so I'm sticking more foam insulation into that, seal that up, keep that from bouncing around. So it's fully installed in there now, and you can see it's the switch is glowing. Looks like the kill switch is on there too. I'll give this a quick test with the radio. Yep, that's ready to go. The boards for them are actually they're being shipped now. I should be seeing them by the end of next week. So I'll be doing a video here soon on the assembly of that kill switch and how it interfaces to the radios on these things. But I noticed a blunder on this thing when I was getting ready to run through the servos. Let's take a look at that. I got a little overzealous with the length of the box, and it's going to catch the steering horn there, just a tiny little bit on that corner, right down in there. So all I got to do is just put a little bit of a radius on that, and if I open up the seams, I'll re-weld the seams. So I'll just give it kind of a curved shape down in that corner there, and get that taken care of, and then we'll be ready to give it a test. There, that's problems fixed now. I didn't have to take out as much as I even thought. I knew the height was good, but it didn't catch the radius there, a little over. But it clears now without a problem. So I believe everything is finally tied up in this thing now. Servo's got full function. Took care of the little radius thing on there. Everything's wired in. So I'm going to load it up in a Ranger and take it up to the track and give her some tests. Stick around. So finally, after weeks of waiting, it's nice enough up here I was able to come up and mow, and I'll give it a quick test. So the three things I want to test today are to make sure, of course, the box stays in place. And the other thing is on this switch, it recesses down into a hole, and I want to make sure that dirt doesn't get caught in there and prevent it from coming back up and shutting off. And the other issue is I want to make sure that its 3 amp contact load rating is sufficient to run these servos without a problem. All right, let's see what we get. Got blue. I'm still using my old perf board kill switch, and I'm going to be swapping the new one in there next run, but sticking with our old perf board one now. All right, it says it's ready to go, so let's give it a shot. bad idea. Uh-oh. Huh. Oh, there we go. God damn it. Oh, this roll cage is tough. Ah, shit. Boy, it's a testament to these Krakens, how tough they are. You see some of the hits this thing, it rolls and bounces and slams, and I don't see nothing damaged anywhere in this thing. Roll cage is holding up good. Box is still intact, clips are still in there. So we'll give her a couple more runs before I damage something. Got a green. Uh-oh, that dropped something out. Actually, looks like I just sprung the button right back in there, so that button is a little shock sensitive. Should I get kill switch again? Yep, not kill switch. I didn't work this berm in yet. Oh, that's never a good sign either. Oh. I'm just out of gas. That'll do it. So all in all, it ran pretty well. I didn't have any problems with the box, but that power switch did glitch once on camera and once off camera. And so I'm going to go back to the drawing board on that. It seems like it doesn't latch up real solid. Luckily, it's a 16 millimeter standard barrel switch, so I should be able to find something else to fit in there. The portal kill switch still seems to be working pretty well, and like I said, the next video on this is probably going to be putting a PC board one in there and getting the bugs worked out of that one. Roll cage continues to do a pretty good job, so I'm pretty happy with that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.